dressed as Boston police officers. A midnight knock on the side entrance of an elegant museum. The guard buzzes them in and vanishes from history. In just 81 minutes, they slip away with 13 priceless works of art: Rembrandt, Vermeer, Degas, never to be seen again. Total value, over $500 million. No alarms, no suspects, no recoveries. And even now, over 3 decades later, the empty frames still hang, silent witnesses to the greatest unsolved art heist in modern history. A museum frozen in time. Nestled in Boston's Fenway neighborhood, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum stands as a testament to its founder's vision. Established in 1903, the museum was designed to emulate a 15th-century Venetian palace, housing an eclectic collection of European, Asian, and American art. Isabella Stewart Gardner, an avid art collector, stipulated in her will that the museum's collection should remain unchanged, preserving her unique arrangement of artworks. This unwavering commitment to Gardner's original vision means that any alteration, including the loss of artworks, leaves a permanent void. Such is the case with the infamous theft on March 18, 1990, when 2 men disguised as police officers gained entry to the museum and stole 13 pieces of art, including works by Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Degas. The stolen pieces, valued at over $500 million, have never been recovered, and the empty frames remain on display as a haunting reminder of the heist. Over 3 decades later, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum continues to captivate visitors, not only for its artistic treasures but also for the enduring mystery of the greatest unsolved art heist in history. The night of the heist, March 18, 1990, the greatest art theft in history, the deceptive arrival. At 1:24 a.m., 2 men dressed as Boston police arrived at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, claiming to respond to a disturbance. Night security guard Rick Abeth, seeing their uniforms, buzzed them into the employee entrance. Once inside, the thieves claimed there was a warrant for Abeth's arrest and convinced him to step away from the security desk, the only place with a panic button. As Abeth complied, one thief handcuffed him. When the second guard, Randy Heston, returned to the desk, he too was subdued. The intruders wrapped duct tape over their faces and eyes and led them to the basement, where they were handcuffed to pipes. The thieves warned the guards to remain quiet and even promised a reward if they didn't resist. Moving through the museum, roughly 13 minutes after securing the guards, the thieves entered the Dutch room at 1:48 a.m., disabling a sensor before violently removing masterpieces from the walls. They cut the storm on the Sea of Galilee and a lady and gentleman in black from their frames, damaged others, and selected several smaller pieces, including Vermeer's The Concert and an ancient Chinese bronze goo. Further thefts and mysterious movements. The thieves then entered the short gallery, where they stole 5 Degas sketches and the eagle finial from a Napoleonic flag. They attempted to remove the entire flag, but gave up. The last known stolen piece was Manet's Chez Tortoni from the Blue Room. Oddly, no motion was detected there during the robbery. Only Abeth's movements earlier that night were logged. The exit and aftermath. Before leaving, the thieves returned to check on the guards, then took surveillance tapes and motion detector data printouts from the security office, though they missed the hard drive, which recorded their movements. At 2:40 and 2:45 a.m., they exited through a side door in 2 trips. The entire operation lasted 81 minutes. When the morning shift arrived and couldn't get inside, they called police. Officers found the guards still restrained in the basement. 13 pieces of art, now worth over $500 million, were gone. To this day, none have been recovered. The stolen artworks included The Concert by Johannes Vermeer, The Storm on the Sea of Galilee and a Lady and Gentleman in Black by Rembrandt, Chez Tortoni by Edouard Manet, 5 Sketches by Edgar Degas, Landscape with Obelisk by Govert Flinck, a Chinese bronze gui, a French imperial eagle finial, The Mob Connection, Bobby Donati and Carmine Romano. Investigators have long suspected that organized crime played a role in the Gardner heist. Robert "Bobby" Donati, a Boston mob associate, emerged as a key figure. Some theories suggest Donati orchestrated the theft to negotiate the release of his imprisoned boss, Vincent Ferrara. However, Donati was murdered in 1991, a year after the heist, leaving questions unanswered. Carmine "the Snake" Romano, a New York mobster with known ties to art theft, was also investigated. Despite extensive inquiries, no concrete evidence linked him to the crime. Inside job? Scrutinizing the guards. Security guard Rick Abath, who admitted the thieves into the museum, drew suspicion due to his actions that night. Notably, he opened a side door shortly before the heist, a move some interpret as a potential signal to the thieves. Additionally, a security video from the night before shows Abath allowing an unidentified man into the museum. Abath claimed he couldn't recall the incident, and the man was later identified as the museum's deputy security chief. Despite these anomalies, the FBI concluded that the guards were likely too inexperienced and unprepared to have orchestrated such a sophisticated crime. International art thieves, a global perspective. While some speculated that international art thieves might be responsible, the FBI's investigation primarily focused on local criminal organizations. The lack of strong physical evidence and the specific nature of the stolen pieces suggest a targeted operation, possibly intended to fund criminal activities such as drug trafficking or arms deals, an ongoing mystery. Despite numerous theories and extensive investigations, no arrests have been made, and the stolen artworks remain missing. The case continues to captivate the public and law enforcement alike, standing as one of the most perplexing art crimes in history. The FBI's hunt, twists, and dead ends. Since the 1990 heist at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, the FBI has led an extensive investigation, employing informants, conducting sting operations, and engaging in secret negotiations. In 2013, the FBI announced that they had identified the individuals responsible for the theft, linking them to a criminal organization based in New England and the Mid-Atlantic. However, the trail had gone cold, and the whereabouts of the stolen artworks remained unknown. Despite the passage of time, the museum continues to offer a $10 million reward for information leading to the recovery of the 13 stolen pieces. The FBI's Art Crime Team, comprising 14 special agents, remains dedicated to the case. Various theories have emerged regarding the fate of the missing artworks. Some suggest that the pieces were hidden to avoid detection and may have been destroyed to eliminate evidence. Others believe the artworks were sold in the Philadelphia area about a decade after the theft. Despite numerous leads and public interest, the case remains unsolved and the masterpieces have yet to be recovered. The symbolism of the empty frames. Inside the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, empty frames hang in their original locations, marking the absence of the 13 masterpieces stolen in 1990. These frames serve as poignant reminders of the loss and symbolize the museum's enduring hope for the artwork's return. The decision to leave the frames empty was not mandated by Isabella Stewart Gardner's will, but was made by the museum's leadership to honor her vision and maintain the integrity of the collection's original arrangement. This approach transforms the museum into a living crime scene, allowing visitors to witness the void left by the theft. In 2025, to mark the 35th anniversary of the heist, the museum undertook a restoration of the Dutch Room, ensuring that the empty frames remain as stark reminders of the unsolved crime. This restoration underscores the museum's commitment to preserving the memory of the stolen works and the hope for their eventual recovery. The empty frames have become a powerful narrative device, conveying the magnitude of the loss and the resilience of the institution. They invite contemplation on the fragility of cultural heritage and the enduring impact of art theft on the collective memory. The cultural impact of the heist. The 1990 theft of 13 masterpieces from Boston's Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum not only shocked the art world but also prompted significant changes in museum security worldwide. The heist exposed vulnerabilities in museum security systems, leading institutions globally to reassess and enhance their protective measures to safeguard cultural heritage. Beyond its immediate impact on security protocols, the Gardner heist has permeated popular culture, inspiring numerous numerous books, articles, and documentaries, notably the 2021 Netflix docuseries, This Is a Robbery. The world's biggest art heist delved into the details of the theft, exploring various theories and suspects and reigniting public interest in the unsolved case. The enduring fascination with the heist has transformed it into a legend, sometimes overshadowing the significance of the stolen artworks themselves. The narrative of the crime, with its unanswered questions and mysterious circumstances, continues to captivate audiences, highlighting the complex interplay between art, crime, and cultural memory. Final thoughts and lingering questions. Decades later, the Gardner heist still haunts the art world. The museum's empty frames remain, not just as reminders of what was lost, but of a mystery that's never been solved. Despite countless leads and years of investigation, no one's ever been charged. Why? Were the thieves simply smarter? Or did investigators overlook something critical? The missing masterpieces, Vermeer, Rembrandt's, Degas sketches, may still exist, hidden away, or were they destroyed, lost forever? That question keeps hope alive. This wasn't just a theft of art, it was a theft of history, of culture, and that's what makes it unforgettable. What if you found one of those missing pieces in your attic? Would you return it, or keep the secret of a lifetime? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who did it? Where the art could be, and if we'll ever see it again. And don't miss next week's episode, The Mysterious Dyatlov Pass Incident, What Really Happened. A chilling tale of 9 hikers, a remote mountain, and a mystery that still defies explanation.